video. We talked about the fascinating culture of ancient Rome from our previous video. Today, we're gonna dive into a long era in European history, the Middle Ages. Beginning with the fall of the Roman Empire in 476 AD, the Middle Ages were always described as dark and miserable. It lasts more than 1,000 years and ended with the discovery of America in 1492 AD. Rural life in medieval Europe was governed by a system called feudalism. Feudalism is a system of land ownership and duties where the king can grant portion of land to nobles and knights in exchange for loyalty and military service. Marriage between royal family in the medieval ages often looked like a business contract involving land, money, goods, gifts, and dowry. The most important goal of marriage between nobles and knights was continued success and the acquisition of wealth. In most cases, members of ruling dynasties marry into other reigning families within the same bloodline. During the Middle Ages, an Arab merchant named Muhammad declared receiving God's revelation that formed the basis of the Quran, Islam's holy book. Islam spread through trade, pilgrimage, and missionaries. At the same time, these Muslim forces conquered vast territories and built empires over time. The Franks were one of the Germanic tribes who invaded the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century. They built the Frankish Empire, which spanned for over 200 years, from 742 AD until 814 AD. The Frankish Empire was under the reign of Charlemagne and reached its climax. Upon Charlemagne's demise, 3 of his grandsons split the empire into 3 kingdoms, which eventually developed into modern France, Italy, and Germany. Holding the supreme power, Christianity dominated Europe during the Middle Ages. The Pope, who was the head of the church, was even more powerful than the medieval kings. In some instances, the king is only legitimately recognized if he is crowned by the Pope. The Roman Empire split led Christianity to evolve in Rome and Constantinople, respectively. With the gap widening over the years, Christianity finally split into 2 divisions in 1054 AD, the Roman Catholic and the Orthodox Church, the so-called Great Schism. The Crusades were a series of wars between the Holy Roman Empire and the Muslims. The First Crusade was fought over control of the holy city of Jerusalem. Several crusades ensued over the next 200 years, but no one won. Many people from both sides lost their lives. The Crusades were significant because it involved increased interaction between religious groups. The 100-Year War began in 1337 between England and France to gain control of the French throne. Small disputes had been going on between them until these disputes kept the fighting going on for over 100 years. The end of the war was never settled but died out because the English troops recognized that the French troops were way too powerful to be directly confronted. The Black Death was a horrible disease that killed around half of the people in Europe. Fleas that live on rats carried the disease, but it had no cure and was highly contagious. The plague eventually ended through quarantines and organic antibiotics like vinegar. Towards the end of the period, the Age of Discovery began with the Spanish expedition towards the Americas in 1492 AD. The discoveries from the voyage strengthened the economy and power of the European nations, marking the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of early modern history. In general, the Middle Ages have been a difficult, vast period of time that has definitely made its mark in history. What's the most memorable event during the Middle Ages for you? Please leave in the comment below. Thanks for joining me. See you on my next video.